Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high, we're living life. Let's fly, off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction request. If it's your first time, please consider subscribing, join the family. Absolutely love to have you. Alright guys, so as you know, yesterday we did a reaction request from Jazzy J and it was Dirty Diana. Now, today we're doing a reaction request from Jazzy J, which is actually the real Dirty Diana, the Michael Jackson Dirty Diana, the one that I think is the bar that no one's going to even come close to. And unfortunately, as we saw last night, if you guys haven't watched that reaction, go check it out. But yeah, let's just say, you know, it could have been a better song selection by Evanescence on that one. But, you know, I'm not hating. I'm a huge Evanescence fan, as I said, but they should have just not did that one. Anyways, this one right here, the OG Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana. This is a reaction request from Jazzy J. Thank you very much for your request. Anyone else who has a request, links in the description. Don't be shy. Share your playlist with the rest of the class. And guys, without further ado, for me, Jazzy J, and all of you, let's get off tap. Come on. This is exactly why I say what I say. I've said it a million times. I say when you're doing a cover, you got your work cut out. It is very difficult to convince anybody that your version of what you're doing of someone's OG song that they created, and convince your, you know, persons out there who is hearing your performance that, hey, my version is going to be awesome. You just need to, you know, just go ahead and have a listen. It doesn't work that way. Like I said, it's very hard. The brain hole, the first time, like I say all the time, the first time your brain hole hears a sound, whatever it is, it associates it with that sound. That's what it's supposed to be. A cow sounds like a cow. If a cow sounds like a dog, it'd be your brain like, what's going on? Why are you messing with me like this? That ain't right. It's the same with artists. If, you know, Britney Spears, even though she ain't the greatest singer in the world, but when she sings her song, it sounds correct to us in our head. And we go, oh yeah, that's right. That's how it's supposed to sound because it's registered like that up here. It's stored up here in the database. Since that's how that song, how it's supposed to sound. That's what it should sound like. Doesn't matter who sings it. It's going to feel a bit like, I don't know. It's kind of, it's okay. It's whatever, but it just ain't, you know, quite right. Because again, your brain has already decided what is quite right for said song or sound or whatever. And this right here is what's quite right for Dirty Diana, because the man himself, arguably the greatest of all time, has freaking just laid down incredible artistry, something that, again, you just can't just step up and be like, I'm going to do it. You need to really be sure about your song selection, especially if you're going to attempt to take on something from the king of pop himself. You just got to be careful about it. Anyways, let's let MJ continue to cook, and yeah, let's enjoy this, because this is a master class in how to actually freaking songwriting 101. If you ever want to know how to make a great song, there's the blueprint. Michael Jackson. Choose any of his freaking release material and you'll figure it out. Alright, let's go. Also in the video, entertainment wise, you know, like, again, you gotta step up. Look at this performance, look at just everything. It's just an artist, you know, when we write songs, again, we connect with our music, you know. Well, the great artists do. Most of us connect with our music, and when we're connected with what we're doing, there's a passion that can't be denied. There's a connection, there's a deepness, there's something that we can tap into, this authenticness that just can't be reproduced just because you say you want to sing something. And that's what happens. A lot of times, you know, artists, you know, like, for example, last night, you know, like, again, Anley, she's a great singer. Again, Evanescence is awesome. All right, they are fantastic. I love them. I'm a fan. Okay, but what you kind of more felt was a singer singing a song, right? And you know, great singers can sing songs and make them sound, you know, sound okay. You know what I mean? But there's that missing element, that missing piece, that passion that just elevates and takes it to a whole nother level. Without that, you're missing something important. It's like an ingredient in a cake. And you can have all the best ingredients and top of the line, premium, awesome stuff. But if you're just missing that one prime, important ingredient, no matter even how small it is, if you're missing it, the cake just isn't quite right. And passion is the ingredient that you cannot make the perfect cake without. You just can't. I mean, you'll get some good results. You can, you know, find a way to make something passable. But perfection can only be achieved when someone is really invested in what they're doing, because there's that connect, that deepness, that realness. Part of being an artist is convincing our audience that, yes, what I'm saying, I want you to buy into it. I want you to believe it. Believability. I want you to invest in what I'm saying. You know, we want our audience to feel that connection. We want to bring them in. We want them to feel like this is what I'm talking about. And it's coming from a real place, that authentic realness that is priceless. If you don't have that passion to help develop that connection, to help tell that story, to help make people believe in what you're saying, to bring, you know, that absolute freaking just raw freaking and just that extra bit of if you can't do it, you know, something's missing. And you can't teach passion. That's another thing. And it's hard to be passionate about a song that you didn't write. If you didn't write it, if you didn't make it, there's already a disconnect, unless it's some subject matter that you find relatable, or maybe you've happened to experience or something. But you know, the song's called Dirty Diana. I mean, how many people had a Dirty Diana in their life? Maybe they have had one. Maybe it is relatable to a lot of people. But in the context in which MJ wrote this song, in this particular context, and I'm assuming he wrote it. Maybe he didn't write the lyrics. Maybe he had an idea. Maybe someone else wrote. I actually don't even know. I assume Michael Jackson wrote most of, not all of his songs, but I do know like other people have written songs with him or produced songs with him, you know, worked with him, maybe co-wrote songs together, things like that, you know. But lyrically speaking, I would assume that MJ probably did a lot of his own lyrics and things, because, you know, this is Dirty Diana. This is Dirty Diana we're talking about. Like, everybody knows Dirty Diana. Everyone has a Dirty Diana. You know, there's this little kid, you know, somewhere, and they don't like to take baths, and you know, their name is probably Diana. It's like, oh look, there's Dirty Diana. All right, we'll move on. All right, good talk. If you have a what do you call a person named Diana who goes to church every Sunday and, you know, does not, you know, do any of the dirty kind of stuff, you know, and they're just wholesome, you know, let me bake some bread for you, let me make some cookies, you know, let's have a good old time, you know, let's just read and pray together, you know, what do you call that? Would you call that clean diet? In my head, it was funnier up there somewhere. Alrighty then, now let's let. What do you see? Super dirty Diana? Maybe it was smelly Diana.
Good, not bad.
Well, you guys heard it for yourself. There's obviously levels to the game, and there's obviously levels to, you know, performances. And again, I want to again say this with just so much love that I do have for Evanescence. I really, really love them. I am a huge fan, and I think that they're fantastic. I love, you know, just, you know, artists though who I do respect and love artists who are not afraid to get out there and just go for it and take some risk, you know, and things like that. But you gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to fold them, you gotta know when to walk away, you gotta know when to run. And obviously, when she was thinking about the song I'm gonna sing it, she just should not did it, because it's just a hard song. It's hard to do a cover in general. You know, I personally, I've done, in my live shows, I've maybe done a total of three songs, like in my own shows, my personal shows, that I've actually, it's been someone else's song. 2 Michael Jackson ones, 1 Chris Brown. Actually, I think I did a Beyonce song once too, actually. And okay, maybe I have done, but like, I don't like doing covers personally, because I know that it's like, you know, you've got to just, like, there's big shoes to fill, you know, like, you're already setting yourself at a negative. Like, I don't want to freaking go and attempt to perform a song unless I know 100% that I can bring a version that is believable, that is acceptable, that people are going to listen to and be like, yo, that was fire. I don't want them to listen to it and go, ooh, why did you do that? Like, what was you thinking? You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Personally, it's just not something I ever want to do. And so, reluctantly, I've done a couple songs, you know, because I just knew I could give them the justice that they deserved. And also because the songs themselves were relatable, right? Like, I could tap into something to really make it my own. You know, and that's part of the thing. With any song that you do, you have to be able to make it your own. Now, it's obviously easier to make something your own when you literally are the one who wrote it. You're the one who made it. And it's easy to make it your own then, right? Because it is your own. But when you're talking about having to take something that someone else wrote, that someone else has tapped into, that someone else has been motivated, inspired to write because it came from somewhere personal, as part of their story, as part of something that they really wanted to share with, you know, the audience, you know, because that's what we do as artists. We let people in, we share this personal, deep part of us. And you hear a lot of MJ songs, they're like that. They feel very personal, they feel very deep, they feel very, you know, like that they mean something more than just, you know, what may be on the surface. You know what I mean? So that's just one of those things, man. Like, look at, for example, geez, I could give a million examples, but, you know, like Heal the World, for example, you know, like, you can tell it's a song that MJ obviously cares about, you know, the world and the state of the world, Earth Song, things like that. You know, there's songs that they have a deeper meaning. There's something that's really passionate and something to him. And when you have those type of songs, again, if you're able to connect to it, like, you know, if it's something that you're able to resonate with you, you have a better chance of finding a way to connect to it and bring some real passion into it. You know what I mean? And so if you can't, which, you know, a random song about freaking, you know, Dirty Diana, for example, or some other millions of songs out there that people attempt to cover, and it's just some random song, is like, how do you find that connection if it's something that's not relatable to you or that you've never experienced? You know, it's just never going to have that same oomph and passion behind it, because it's just not your story to tell. And if it's not your story to tell, you're not going to be able to feel the same way that was intended by the original artist. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, if you find a way to make it your own, if you can do enough to absolutely kind of reinvent the wheel, so to speak, if you can put your own spin on it, if you can, you know, find a way to really just bring something different to it, but still being true to what the original was, without sounding like a clone of the original, then again, you know, you're on your way. But it's easier said than done. You know, like I said, the brain has already decided how something should sound, and even your little rendition might come across as your brain will go, "What the freak is that all about?" That is not good. You know what I mean? So it's still tricky. You know, you could be all making it your own 200%, and it still might just fall flat. So you really got to find a fine line. My suggestion is just stay away from covers. Do your own stuff, because that's where you shine the most. Look at Evanescence. Their material that they do, their originals, freaking, come on. Beautiful, awesome, incredible stuff. Like, stay in your lane, man. Do your stuff, man. Like, don't be crossing over, you know, if you can't cross over, you know what I mean? It's like real life. If you don't think you can cross over to the other side on the highway and get to the other side safely, and you think you're gonna get stuck in the middle somewhere and get hit by a car, don't do it. Duh. Anyways, look, what can I say about this song that you guys already don't know? Freaking incredible performance, vocals, entertaining visuals, you know, the moves, the freaking, just the voice, the everything. You can't find a fault when it comes to the performance of arguably the greatest of all time. A lot of people have different opinions on that, and that's okay, because, you know, that's what art is. You know, it's open to opinions, it's subjective, and not every person may feel the same way, but in this instance, there's millions who feel the same, so kind of is what it is. Anyways, thank you very much for the reaction request, JJ, and thank all of you guys for tuning in. And if you have your own reaction requests, links in the description. And if you're new to the channel, guys, I've got thousands of videos. I promise you there's something there that you will like and enjoy. So go ahead, click that subby, give me a likey and all of that, and become part of the family, because we'd absolutely love to have more of you guys come on board and become part of our little humble community here. So love you guys as always. Remember to the fullest, keep it off tap, out.
We're gonna get out of here!